Hey guys, and welcome to my unboxing and component overview for the World of Smog, Rise of Moloch. Now right up front, I want to be clear and transparent here. I received this core game box for free from Cool Mini or Not. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing because first of all, it doesn't affect an unboxing at all. In fact, they didn't even ask for a video, they were just simply giving a gift, which I think is quite thoughtful. Cool Mini or Not is really good at engaging with the community, whether that's us YouTubers, whether it's just painters that send their photos in, they feature those every single week, or people who just do projects around like Zombicide, building, rooms and tiles and stuff like that. They're really good at that, and I want to support any company that is either on Board Game Geek, answering questions, or engaging with the community in some way, like Cool Mini or Not does with featuring stuff like that. So anyway, it's not a huge deal here. I have plenty of games. It's not like I'm itching for games here. In fact, again, they didn't even ask for me to do a video. They were just simply giving a gift, but I wanted you guys to know that, just to be totally transparent with that. Anyway, I can't wait to stop editing this video, post it for you guys, get this game on the table as quick as possible so then I can steal all the miniatures and paint them. So if you're interested in a review and miniature painting videos for the World of Smog, Rise of Moloch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. If not, enjoy the video, and then if you did like it, thumbs up, let me know in the comments below what miniature you'd like to see painted first. Hey guys, today I have a special treat for you. I got a present from Simon. Let's find out what it is. Okay, alright, so this was, full disclosure, sent to me for free by Cool Mini or Not, though I didn't even ask for it. They sent it. So, it is my goal that whatever they sent, I use, because I think that's pretty neat. So, without further ado, let's see what all's in here. Aha! So this is the World of Smog, Rise of Moloch. Now this, if I can get it out, wow. Oh, it's a big box. Is well packaged. As you can see, just the base game here. So let's see what you get in the base game. Which is kind of nice, because that means you'll know exactly what is in the retail version. It also means it's easier for me to review, because I always try to judge a retail version versus a Kickstarter version. I did that with my Massive Darkness review, and now it'll be a lot easier to do that with this. So, alright. Very nice box. This art, by the way, is fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful art. It looks like it lists everything you get on the back here. Nice and concise here. 14 plus 2 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes. So, whether that's 60 or 90 or 120, we will find out. Though, you know what, sometimes depending on the game, I don't mind if it's 120. So, alright, this comes off nice and easy. Nice and easy. So right up front, we have the campaign book. And by the way, after I get done here, I'm going to go to the component overview. If you've seen my other videos, you should be used to that, where we'll dig into this a lot more. This looks nice. Look at that art. That is fantastic stuff there. Alright, so then we have the rule book. Again, wonderful art, wonderful art. Nice, crisp pages. Looks pretty well thought out. Looks fairly standard when it comes to that, and that's fine by me. It just means I'll be able to find where everything is. Okay, then we got all the cardboard sealed. I'm not going to bother opening it here. I'll open it in the close-up view here. This is a whole bunch of, I'm assuming, matte tiles and all sorts of stuff. And then we have the game board. Looks very, very dark. Very steampunkish in a very cool way. Now, real quick, look how well organized this is. This is nice. This has to be one of the most well organized unboxings I've done of a board game in general. Nonetheless, Simon, this is very nice. So here are the character sheets. I can't quite tell how thin they are yet. A lot of times they do make these fairly thin. Then we have these. This is an interesting sized card. I wonder how easy this is to sleeve. I might have to do some research on that. So we got, I think these are enemies. Round summary cards. Everything's individual here. There are no bags for that, but it looks like they'll all fit in here just fine. We got some standees. We got not too many dice. And then a whole bunch of different packs. Chaos cards and gear and a whole bunch of other cards there. Let's go ahead and take this whole tray out, and then underneath all the components in that nice plastic tray are the miniatures. So I'm going to quickly open this to show you the tray, but then we're going to dig right into the components themselves and give a nice little unboxing review of that. To get this out carefully. This is a tight fit. As big as this box is, it's as small as it's going to get with everything you get in here. Alright. Throw the box on the floor. I'll pick it up later. And in here are these wonderfully detailed and colored miniatures. Like, that is great. It looks like you get... Oh no, what are you doing over here? Go over there, lady. It's a lady. That's not a lady. I don't know how it fits in there. Just like that. Alright, so it looks like we got 2 trays here of miniatures. Looks like some heroes and maybe NPCs, and then a whole bunch of enemies. Alright, let's go take a look at these components. Okay, so here we have the rule book. This is very cool art. I dig that. Shows all the kind of heroes and enemies here. Now, again, this is a 1 versus mini game, so one person's going to be playing all the bad guys, all the rest are the heroes. I do like the art. Good, clear contents. I dig the introduction they kind of have here, and then all the component overview with the kind of ribbon art here. Very fitting and thematic, which I do like. However, it looks like after it gets out of here, it is a very straightforward rulebook, in that there's not a whole lot of this, and it's kind of kept to the side. Sometimes rulebooks will add so much fluff intermixed that it's hard to find what you're really looking for. In here, as you can see, it has expansions and add-ons. I'm sometimes okay with this, sometimes not. I haven't read this fully yet. A lot of times I don't like anything mentioned in the rulebook that I don't own, and I would rather it have, let me show that in camera better. I'd rather have that in the expansions themselves, but then once you have those expansions, it becomes cumbersome when you have multiple rule sets. The Rising Sun did that. I haven't had a problem with it. I can't judge either way. I haven't looked through this. This is just an unboxing. However, I guess that's something to note. But as you can see, very straightforward. A few call-outs, like with this, but otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. So let's move off of that and onto this. This is the campaign book. Now, I'm not going to leaf all the way through here for very obvious reasons. However, I do like how it looks like a book, right? So you kind of have the binding here and everything. So that's kind of cool, and that's crazy. I know what's going on there. So then again, it has content. So it looks like it shows you right now kind of where everything is with the chapters, everything. So that's not too bad. A lot of fluff here. This is great. What I like about this is it just adds so much world building to it. That is cool. Yeah, my gaming group's gonna have to deal with me reading this entire thing to them so they know. And then, oh, Nemesis Eyes Only. Alright, so we're not gonna look through all that. Needs to say there's a lot here. Alright, got into scary territory there. This is only an unboxing after all. Alright. Oh, now, for this, really, what I want to show, and the reason I'm showing all this is because just look how organized and nice all of this is. I mean, this just fits nicely. There we go. Now that that's not all messed up. Anyway, very, very well done. This is just layer after layer, and you can tell they even kind of thought of how you would lay it down after it's not shrink wrapped and it's all loose, right? After a layer of content. So with everything having its kind of own slot and trays, little grabby parts, and just very impressed with all of this. I mean, this is fantastic. This is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and open all of this, and then we'll actually dive into the components. Okay, so here's the basic tray. This is kind of like just what you get and how it's stacked. And again, it's just stacked very, very nicely. And this art on the cardboard is great, and it's nice and thick. I very much like this. I haven't read a whole lot on it to know enough about the this is thin but still pretty sturdy and not like paper thin, so that's good. What each of these are, however, they are really, really well done. That same very thick board that I like. That's kind of the little ones here. Now these look like punch outs, and again, I'm gonna punch them out, and Coleman You're Not does the best cardboard punch outs pretty much ever. You couldn't get any better than that. Almost no issue at all. No little hanging or dangly bits or anything like that. Just fantastic. It really is. This sort of stuff, however, when it comes to storage, I'm not sure where I'm going to put these, especially with how tightly all this is packed. I might be able to fit them back in. I'll have to play around with that. I'll try and talk about storage solutions in my review eventually. Hopefully there's a space where I can kind of fit those in nicely. Otherwise, you might want to keep it and then just kind of shove them back in like that. All right, but again, more punch outs and more punch outs and more punch outs. And oh my gosh, what is that? That dude must be huge too. That's nasty. Oh, it's front and back even. So if you wanted tokens, if you just like a token person, there you go. There's there are plenty there for you. And in case that wasn't enough, 2 exits. That's kind of interesting. So more and more and more. All right, and then we move on to the actual kind of map house. I'm assuming a lot of that was overlay. These are double-sided, and again, they do have kind of like in typical, dungeon crawler, zombicide, descent, massive darkness. Doesn't matter what it is. Either way, you have these tiles that you can see where they connect based off this scenario. Oh, that is... Yeah, don't go down there. Not when it's growing teeth. Anyway, lots and lots and lots of these. Same thickness board. Very nice. Very sturdy. I mean, these are great. Okay, so I'm going to get to the character sheets in a little bit, but the dice, again, so you don't get too many of them, but I do like that they look fairly custom and a unique color, which is kind of nice too. And then some standees, I'm assuming for like doors, and maybe objectives and stuff like that. You get different sections for each one of these, which again is super nice. So you have all your gear and a whole bunch of these, and these look very standard, kind of zombicide-sized cards here, and thickness and whatnot. So if you've had zombicide or massive darkness or really any Cool Mini or not board game, you've seen these, but each one's different. They do hold different things. So this has upgrades and roll, right? Just here, and then Nemesis power. So they're not like exclusive one per, just depending on the amount of cards, but about even. Looks like a bit more in this one. Pretty close, but either way, there's stuff on top of it when you store it in, which means really I think this is one of the few board games you can store vertically and not freak out about it. So these are the hero cards, nice and big and beautiful art, but what I love about this is the back where it tells you about the character you're choosing. Again, the amount of lore they're sticking in this game is super impressive. This is a world that's well thought out and that looks like it makes a lot of sense, and that's great. Okay, now in this tray here we have the kind of the enemy cards, and again you have kind of 2 versions of them, right? I don't know if it's actually the same or if it doesn't matter. No, attack boost, defense boost, so it looks like it depends on what you're doing in the game, but you get plenty. This is, again, all core game, all base game. I don't know what those are. Maybe I shouldn't look at those. And then you have the kind of activation, explanation, round summary, all that as well. And all that fits in this nice tray. Super easy and nice and clean. And I want to see more of this in pretty much every game I play from now on. If I could have every board game store this nicely, I would stop complaining. But until then, I'm going to keep saying how nice this one is and complain about the others, because that is great. I mean, look how easy that is. Again, I don't know what to do with these. We'll find out, maybe. If not, I'll let you know. But anyway, that's that. Let's get on to the miniatures. So here are a lot of the miniatures. I'm just going to go ahead and bring out a few of them just to kind of get a general quality sense. So they look like a very good size, and the detail. So first of all, when it comes to sculpt design, I really like there's enough detail here to make sense of everything without it being, just detail galore, which is a painting person's, version of heaven. Like painting this guy up, he has just enough detail to give him tons of character and interesting, little bits to kind of help tell his story without, having me take 3, 4 hours, 5 hours of my time painting them up. Like this lady with the dude hanging off of her, very interesting. I can't tell if she's really tall. No, if he stood up, he'd be as tall as her, actually. He's just really scrunched down both in his torso and his leg. Very interesting. So some of these are just so dynamic and unique, and he's got a candy cane. I don't know if that's a candy cane, but he's snazzily dressed. I like it. And then you have, some more dynamic miniatures, like, this kind of swooping lady where you can tell her feet in down here, and she's just you know, in flight, which is very cool. I cannot wait to paint this guy's hats. I think that'd be really interesting. And of course, look at Moloch here. Very, very cool. He's got, again, just enough detail to really be useful and interesting. Very Zombicide-like in that he has very tiny legs and a very tall or a muscular kind of torso. So if you don't like that art style that is present here, though not everywhere, otherwise it's pretty normal. Couldn't go anywhere in this game without fighting tons and tons of clowns, and they're really small. Like, this is like a small Descent miniature. This is pretty tiny, as you can tell, which just makes them more frightening. And luckily, again, with the detail level, I'm not seeing anything too finicky, even about this guy coming out. Like, it looks pretty crisp and clear when it comes to painting. Now, these heroes are just outstanding. I mean, look at the design of this. The OSL, if you ever want to practice OSL, this is the guy to do it, because there's going to be a ton of it, right? And then you got like just the poses that they've chosen for these sculpts are really impressive. Coleman always does such a great job with this. I mean, he is like the only thing I think I would like more than this is if his mouth was open, like he was howling maybe. You know, then you got, you know, tentacle floating ghost lady with fire sword. Or, you know, whatever that is. And you got, you know, here's I think her name's Amelia. She's got this beautiful, wonderful kind of dress, and then this like alien laser gun thing going on, and she's styling in that hat, which is great. You got, you know, robot people, just such a wide breadth and depth of it. And I like that not everything is too over the top. A lot of times when you get steampunk, you get stuff that's, you know, I don't know, overcomplicated, especially with gears and stuff like this. But this is all very well designed, cohesive, and what looks to be believable design, which is great. Okay. At first I thought she didn't have hands. Her hands are just in front of her. That's all. What a unique pose. That's cool, and painting that dress would just be amazing. So anyway, that's kind of the miniatures, that's all the components, that's kind of the general gist of what you get in the core game. If you're a Kickstarter backer, all that means is you got even more of everything. You got free expansions, you got more expansions, tons of optional buys, tons of stretch goals, tons of fun stuff, but there is a lot here, and it looks like a lot of game content too. It's not just super miniature heavy, and instead gives you miniatures that you can use with a lot of gameplay components. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get started painting this up right away, so expect to see this on my channel. Please subscribe if you actually want to see that. If you're looking for perhaps a review or just, you know, miniature painting, I will be doing that here very shortly. I'm looking forward to that. I know a lot of you have this game or are expecting it soon. I want to thank Coleman You're Not for sending this to me. I'm very excited to actually play it, expand the channel a little bit, and get that content out to you guys, because last time I checked, nobody else is. So hopefully that means that you guys can get the content that you're wanting out of this to help you along either in playing it or even just discussing it here on YouTube. You know, guys, thanks so much for watching. I always appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should paint first. I'm kind of, you know, just looking at this now, trying to decide on what I will. So, you know, let's decide that together, and I will talk to you again real soon.